Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here at Justin's Fish Room. Finally back with another video after a bit of a hiatus, and basically just back on top of uni, and we're basically expanding Justin's Fish Room's breeding operations to a bunch of different varieties of rams now. So we're trying to improve those lines, which is really exciting, and I hope you guys are excited because I'm just buzzing with excitement about that prospect. But let's get back to the video today, which is a tutorial video on how I prepare my egg yolk food. So for those of you who don't know, egg yolk food is great for all tiny fry in those beginning stages, but for ram fry it's almost crucial to get them to survive past the first week, which is why I think this is such a highly requested video, and I definitely had to honor it because so many people struggle to get their ram fry past those first few days to a week. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty everyone, so I'm in Mum's kitchen and I've got my free range egg, and basically the apparatus is pretty straightforward. We're just boiling an egg, hard boiling it. So usually what I do is I make sure that I boil the kettle and then make sure that the water's nice and hot, because I usually do this before I go to uni or when I get back and I just want to pass out. So this speeds up the process of boiling the water a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead, boil the kettle, put the egg in the pot, and yeah, I'll show you the rest after this. Cool. So basically I am just going to set up this, so I'm going to make it go all the way to high, and then this egg, I'm going to have to top up the water. You want the egg to be covered because obviously of evaporation and all of that. So yeah, so we'll have the egg covered, and then we're going to boil it for 8 minutes to make sure that it's really, like, the egg yolk is very hard. We don't want any of the yolk to be runny, so I'll see you in 8 minutes. So while we're waiting for the egg to boil, I'm just going to show you Mum's Discus Tank, and it's been really good actually. We've increased the flow because we obviously have the Sultan plecos in here as well as the L201s and L397s, so it's been good to increase the flow, and I'll just show you all the fish and how they go. You can see we've actually directed the flow to go into the water almost like a stream, and the bumblebee gobies, they honestly just spend all day here. We have 3 of them and they just love it. They love the high flow, and they go crazy when we do salt treatments in the tank. We don't put a lot of salt obviously because of the plecos, but we make sure there's enough for there to be an effect. You can see the GBR females, they're actually getting on in age quite a lot, but they're still looking really good. And there is one of the males in the back there, who's the father to that one spawn that you would have seen in previous videos on the left hand side of the rack, and he's also getting on in age now, but these guys will, well, they pretty much are retired already. This pair is yet to produce another spawn. I'm waiting for them to produce a spawn because that pair has good traits that I do want to carry on in for an outcross with my other GBRs that I've kept for breeding. So she's ready to lay eggs soon. She's got a nice pink belly. And just above them is one of the discus, and more discus, and they're always happy in here because they've got plentiful oxygen supply. You can actually see it floating around. and they've always got clean water. But they have been a bit aggressive lately. The males have been very aggressive to each other because they have started cleaning like sites for spawning. But if you have a look here, I don't know if you can see, but in there's the Altura 1. Probably just see its tail. Yeah, it just moved just then. But so they breed in there. Then I have an L397 in here who I thought had eggs, but apparently doesn't. You can see one of the older baby L397s just underneath the cave. And this cave here has the other male in it, and this is the male that always has babies. The female L397 just seems to like this male more. But we do have heaps of L397s now, and some of them are getting really big in size, so I'm going to have to start selling some soon. And I mean, you can see in there's more. And the Sultan plecos actually go up into this log, and I see them occasionally, but they aren't really well known in this tank to come and say good day like the rest of the fish do. But besides that, tank's looking really good. Very minimalistic tank, and I think my mum likes it like that. And yeah, so it's pretty good. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to need some ice to put the egg into once it is done boiling. So I'm just going to do a whole tray of ice into a bowl with a little bit of water, and we've only got 3 more minutes until it is done. So yeah, I'll pick up the camera when we're taking the egg out of the boiling water. So we've got our bowl of water, and then just put, bowl of ice, sorry, and then just put our water in. And then that water should become very, very cold. Ready for our egg. And you can see it is boiling away. So, yeah, only a few more minutes. Alright, so now I'm going to take the egg to the sink, and just like a normal boiled egg, just drain the water. Then I'm going to get my bowl of ice water, which is freezing cold now, and using my spoon. Now it just sits in there for 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. Like, the longer the better, because the cold will help the egg yolk harden. So we'll be back. Alrighty, so it's been sitting in here for about 5 to 10 minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out, and just like you would with peeling a boiled egg, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to peel the egg white off. That's going to go to my dog Kel, she'll love that, but we want to keep the egg yolk inside. So I'm going to go and do that now. So I'm just going to go all around. I find it's easier to like just break it into like the shell into tiny little pieces all over, and then usually with good quality eggs you can just pick off some of it and then peel it like that, and you can see how the egg whites are really, really hard. So hopefully that means that the egg yolk will be as well. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a wash. Alright, so now egg yolk in this looks like it's pretty much in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. See, just like that, and it comes out perfect ball of fry food for rams. And it's a bit hot, so I'm just going to leave it in there for a little bit and then feed this to my dog. Alrighty, so there you have it. That's the making of the fry food, the egg yolk food, which is pretty much the same as boiling an egg. It is boiling an egg. So now if you come here, you can see I have one of Mum's fine china bowls with an egg yolk that I did a while ago. And this is actually dry powder. So it's little stones of egg yolk that are very breakable. But if you have a look, it looks like flower pollen on my finger. And this is the next part that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to take this ball and I'm just going to put it in with the other ones that I've made, chuck it in the freezer, and literally overnight I'll start breaking it up. And then once you've broken it up, you just leave it in there for like a week and it turns into powder, like a dry powder, and it keeps for as long as you want it to keep. So we'll go ahead and do that. I won't show that on camera because that's going to take too long, but that's essentially what you do. Very, very simple, very, very easy. I'm going to show you how I feed it to the fish now, because I've got some fry that I can show you what they're going to eat and how much and everything. So we'll do that now. So if you come and have a look here, I'm going to take just a little crumb, so one of those, and I'm going to pinch it, and then we're going to go over to the fry container now, and I will show you what I do. So we have our latest batch in here. Now they're already on, just move that out of the way, they're already on brine shrimp, but some of them will still be eating this. So I've got my little pinch of it here. I wet my fingers, my index finger and my thumb, and then I just start rubbing it together, and you can see all of that powder, all the little particles going into the water. That's what will be eaten by the little babies. And I just use it all, and you can see just that small amount disperses through the water so much. I don't know if you can really see, but the particles throughout the water are pretty much everywhere, and that's enough for the little fry to be like, okay, I'm going to try and nibble at this, and once they nibble it, they start eating it. So yeah, you can see my lemon blue eye pleco down there as well underneath the container. But yeah, so this is a black celestial spawn, so you can see there's a heap of dark fry in there, some lighter colored fry, but these guys will benefit from the egg yolk as well as BBS because they are smaller than usual because of that black celestial gene. Alright everyone, so thank you so much for joining us today for this tutorial video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you're in Australia and you're looking for some rams, go join the Aussie Ram Farm on Facebook. That's my page where I do sell rams, or I show what I'm doing, and we can organize a selection for you through my website. And yeah, so that's about it. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and as always, please leave a comment down below. Love chatting to you guys. I'm going to get around to a few other conversations and comments that I haven't got to over the last 2 weeks, but I will get back to those and see what you guys are up to. Alright everyone, happy fish keeping, and I'll see you in the next one.